Are you good?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Agents of Helm Weekly Review, where we talk about what's going on in the world of entertainment and take some time to focus on what's most important in life. Yep, I'm talking about superhero origins and zombie murder porn. As if you didn't know my voice by now, seriously, what's wrong with you? I am Malik, and I'm joined by my fellow agents, Johanna,
Hey.
Joe,
What's up?
and Lorenzo.
How's it going, pod people?
So, as mentioned last week, the agents will do a deep dive into each new episode of The Walking Dead, AMC's blockbuster series following survivors of the zombie apocalypse. By now, if you watched the show, you've probably seen or read countless reviews grading the viewing experience. Well, here at the AOH podcast, we are not about the normal junk. We're all about new ways of looking at stuff. You haven't heard a review until you hear ours. But before we jump into these heroic characters and talk about how I want to shoot Bob in the head for touching my woman, but that's not on the agenda. That's not really on the agenda, but now you know, Bob, hands off my girl. Let's talk about one of our other faves getting a little bit of love out there, Gotham. Lorenzo, take it away.
Great. So I've been watching Gotham, guys. I've been trying to also pay attention to ratings to see if it's going to make it another season. I've enjoyed it. I've had some issues with like how fast it's been going, the kind of pace it's been the pace they chose to take, and also the storylines that they have really started to get into. I wanted to get you all's take. So looking at the ratings, it's doing all right. I don't know what they expected it to do. I don't know if they expected really high numbers. I'm curious what you guys expected as far as numbers go.
Joe?
Oh, what exactly are the numbers, Lorenzo? I mean, how? What could you?
Well, so they have been going down. I think it started off strong, and now they've lost like a quarter million viewers or something, or what's 0.4 million? That's 400,000 viewers. They dropped off this week. So their numbers aren't as probably as high as they would like them to be. I'm a little worried that Fox might pull the plug at least for season two. So that's just one of the concerns I have about the show. I was also interested in. I know Joe, you've been doing pretty good at keeping up with it. Interestingly enough, Malik, you mentioned that you've only seen like 2 or 3 episodes, and I don't think Johanna's been watching it too much. So that kind of gives you a sense of how the nerd set is sort of not fully committed to the show. Joe, what do you think about that Arkham Asylum line?
Well, overall, I think it's okay. I mean, they're splitting Arkham Asylum between, I guess the mayor it is. Was it the mayor? The mayor made a deal with the Maroney family and the what's the other family name? I should know this off the top of my head.
Falcones.
The Falcones.
The Falcones.
Made a deal with the Falcones and Maroney, so they both get a little. They each get a piece of the pie. They split it, so now Maroney wants more of the pie, and it's just I can see why the ratings dropped. I mean, you know, if I had to compare it against like Agents of Shield or Arrow, I'm watching either one of those two shows before I watch Gotham. Um, and again, I
And
like it.
yeah.
It's just I don't there's certain things I don't believe like Catwoman. She's already acting like a cat. I mean, or like in the last episode, she like rolls down the car and she falls into her stance. I'm like, okay, it's just getting a little too much, and all the pointers towards the origin of like the penguin and all that stuff. I mean, I think it sounded good in theory, but I don't think it's actually working on the show yet. That doesn't mean it won't work because Shield managed to turn things around. So maybe if they give it Fox gives it enough time, maybe they can turn it around.
Yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying the watching Penguin. He's easy to hate. I find that there are some sort of moments where you have to suspend your disbelief. The fact that such a smooth picket would just do her crime right in front of
Right.
Gordon
Gordon,
seems
yeah. I mean,
preposterous. And
Detective Gordon rather. Yeah.
yeah, and just the way Penguin is always eavesdropping on all the conversations. I would have shot him by now if I was, the mobster guy. And I'm not totally bought into how the two characters kind of are bonding right now. But I do enjoy sort of the beginnings of Penguin, and he's an interesting character to watch and despise. And I'm also interested in this last episode. Alfred started to get just to accept the fact that Bruce is really a detective. He saw that Bruce has seen some insights into the city, Gotham, and into his own Wayne Corporation, and I think he earned some of Alfred's at department as far as being a detective, because now Alfred is starting to help him, and so that's, to me, that was a significant shift, because that of course we're going to see that be the basis of their relationship from was an important change that happened also in this last episode. Anyway, just some thoughts about Gotham. I'm just gonna throw it back to you, Malik.
Yeah, so well, the one thing I did want to say about Gotham is kind of alludes to Joe's point, is whether or not Fox will give it the opportunity to really grow, and that's the issue that I've always had with Fox, is generally it looks for numbers that are kind of unrealistic in comparison to what it's got going on. And when it doesn't do the numbers that obviously that the people up top expect it to, they just cancel it. They don't move it to any of their sister networks. They don't move it around to any of their cable providers, which they could do, like an FX or something like that. They just get rid of it. If it doesn't play out on Fox, then it's gone. And so I hope. And the thing is, it's not a bad show. I never had a problem with the show. It's not a bad show at all. But it's up against a lot of stiff competition at this point in time, in the time slot that they're up against. And I just knew that it was going to start out really fast and eventually fade. But
yeah, well, one thing about this guy going forward, I think, is that I think Fox is thinking that it's actually helping Sleepy Hollow's ratings. So maybe it has value for them in that regard too.
Well, look, they brought Sleepy Hollow back for a second season, so so you see, I don't know how well Sleepy Hollow did last year, and I watched it for like the first 4 episodes, and then I just stopped. I lost interest. But if Gotham seems to be helping that out, then maybe they were a little worse off than Gotham initially.
Well, if it can follow Sleepy Hollow's trend, which basically Sleepy Hollow got stronger as the season went on, as far as its viewership and as far as the amount of people that were DVRing it and all of that stuff. So, I mean, if they can follow that trend, they may find a gem in here. But I think the show itself is good enough to be kept. We'll just see what Fox does. They usually don't like to do it. So, moving right along, we're going to tackle the meat of our episode, which is The Walking Dead. And Lorenzo, you have like I said earlier, we have like new and inventive ways to look at these things. It's not like your normal canned review. If you want to go see what people rated it, just go look online. There's plenty of places you can do that. But if you want to see where we go deep dive and delve into the situations and what's going on around these characters, this is where you need to be. So Lorenzo, you had a nice way to look at the episode and break down The Walking Dead. So I'm gonna kick it back to you to go ahead and get this started.
Okay, great. So there was a particular moment in this episode that I thought really captured the whole essence of the show. And what happens is they go looking for supplies, and of course Glenn is heading up the pack, and he is their best scavenger by far. That's what he's been doing since the beginning. And he finds them some silencers in a gun store. He finds them in a freezer, I think. And everybody's impressed with what he was able to find. And when asked like how he does it, he just tells them, well, rule number 1 is that there isn't anything left in this world that isn't hidden. And so to me, that statement is true in much more than just one way. And I think we saw quite a few examples of that being proven true throughout this episode. Joe, did you happen to spot any situations like that kind of resonated with you?
Yeah, definitely. Well, actually, this actually starts in episode 1, where Tyrese didn't kill Martin in the cabin, and that secret that he's holding back from the team since he prevented Carol from going into the cabin and finding out the truth. So he's holding on to that secret, and that secret has dire consequences. Tyrese didn't have the stomach to do what needed to be done, and now that man is free, which is Martin. He's been allowed to live and has regrouped with the other Terminus survivors, is now hunting Rick and the crew. So Martin and the Terminus survivors stalk Rick and the crew for a few days, it seems like, and then they finally make the bold move of making their attack and knocking out and kidnapping Bob. Bob awakens to Martin's eerie voice. That was kind of cool, and notices Martin chowing down on what appears to be a piece of chicken. And then Bob.
Let's hold off on that, Joe. Let's hold off on that because I think
that this is all Tyrese's fault. All of it.
But you don't have to go all the way in because I think we'll cover D'Angelo a little bit later.
D'Angelo.
Cover
Can you
D'Angelo.
call him Bob?
Who's
We'll cover Bob a
D'Angelo?
little bit later.
Who's D'Angelo?
From The Wire, D'Angelo from The
Okay.
Wire. Bob.
There are dire consequences for
Dire
Bob
consequences. Yes.
since Tyrese decided to hold on to that secret and not have the stomach to do what needed to be done back in the cabin.
Mhm. Mhm.
And
definitely.
That's the secret I got out of this episode.
What about you, Johanna?
So, for me, I feel like this quote is best exemplified by Father Gabriel. I feel like Father Gabriel is the most physical representation of this quote because there are physical things that he's literally hiding and are the secrets. For example, the note in the Bible that Carol somehow misses, you'll burn for this etched in the church, the gouges in the church, his evasive answers, how everything he says sounds like a lie. His wife/girlfriend, whatever she is also hidden literally in the basement of the pantry underwater. When he sees her, yeah?
Well, is that his girlfriend, really?
I don't know who she is. He
Well,
might
she's
have been
the one
having
that-
an affair.
She took a picture with he had a picture with her, and then when he and Rick go to the wherever with the,
Oh, wow.
she was down there because she had the glasses on, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
Did
when
not catch that. Good catch.
Yeah. So when he sees her, he can't deal with it, and he goes into a panic, because something that he's hidden is suddenly being revealed, but no one else can guess the true story. Rick can kind of surmise, but he doesn't really know it. It's like when something secret to you is revealed, or something happens to reveal a secret of yours, and only you know it. There's a heat running up your neck. You swear your heart is causing your clothing to twitch, and that your face must be red, your voice creaks, and no one notices. Your secret is revealed, but it is still hidden.
Wow. Yeah, and again, that has dire consequences for Bob. So with me, one of the things that I think we've been seeing a lot is Carol's evolution, and she has become one of the biggest ass kickers on the show, and that evolution she's paid a big price for that, and in terms of is that a train? In terms of the people that she's had to take out along the way, and not everybody knows her secrets with the group. Back last season, she actually was the one that tried to stop the virus that was running through the prison by burning two characters. One of them is Karen, who was Tyrese's girlfriend. Eventually, she told Tyrese that she did that, and she was still alive, mind you. Karen was still alive when she got crisped up. And notice I didn't use Paul Walker reference, Joe. I hope you're proud of me.
Mm-hmm.
And
You brought it up, so I wasn't even
okay.
thinking Paul Walker, so now you just blew it.
And so we see her debating whether or not she's going to tell the rest of the camp what she did, as far as Karen and David, I think is his name. So yeah, and then she finds a car with Daryl, and she does not want to tell the rest of the group about this car. And when we get to the end, we see that she is doing what looks to be like she's going to make a break for it with the car, that's got a backup generator for the battery, and Daryl finds her and then puts a kibosh on that. and then of course we see the mysterious car drive by, and these are the kidnappers back from last season. Is that last season? And so they end up using the car for that purpose. So again, the car was hidden, and then it might have had a different. Carol might have been thinking to use it for a different purpose, but in the end, it is used by her and Daryl in hopes of finding God. What's her name? The girl that got kidnapped. I don't even remember anymore. Guys, Joe.
Oh God, I can't remember her name either. Blondie.
Yeah, Johanna. You
Beth,
remember?
Beth.
Beth. Thank you.
Oh,
Yes.
the one who just skipped town. Yeah.
Well, she disappeared. She got kidnapped.
I think she got kidnapped.
She got
Yeah.
kidnapped.
I mean, it's not. They haven't shown for sure,
It
but
seems like it.
it seems like it.
So the car, Beth, both two things that are that were hidden, that are hopefully still around. Yeah. So those are our takes on it. Malik, what about you?
So my take would be Bob's secret. So Bob, to me, he's been like a full-on secret the entire time. So of course he appears kind of out of nowhere. He's not really, he doesn't really come with a whole bunch of people, and he's not really involved in anything. He doesn't have any connection to any of the survivors initially when he first joins up. And so obviously one of his secrets was that he hides the fact that he's a raging alcoholic, and he's been so he's a raging alcoholic the entire time, and that almost gets everybody killed, right?
Yeah. It's funny how Daryl seems to know all the secrets.
Exactly. So Daryl figures out he's an alcoholic, and we have to deal with that entire situation, which I honestly think they just used a couple of episodes to do, and they probably could have done it in the first 20 minutes after introducing the character, and Daryl probably should have shot him at that point. But then he's hiding the fact that, he has probably the worst sense of awareness of all black people in the history of the horror genre. Seriously. I
don't know, man. The black guys are the first to die most of the time.
But not because they're stupid. Not because they're stupid.
Speaking.
It's a sunny disposition, Malik. I think they go over it in the show right at the beginning.
But it's not always because they're stupid or because they don't understand the logic of things. It's usually because they get caught in a situation where the killer just winds up picking them first, or dark meat just tastes really good, which may go to this.
Yeah, I do prefer dark meat myself. Exactly.
So I mean, seriously. So I mean, honestly, I would put him second to Kelly Rowland in Freddy vs. Jason, because seriously, mocking a 7-foot machete wielding max murderer, that's almost as stupid as pursuing your own solo career. That's all I can say. But as far as he is concerned, this guy he doesn't watch his surroundings. In his very first episode, he goes and gets himself caught up looking for alcohol. He gets himself caught up in a situation that damn near kills everyone, like I mentioned before. And then in this one, of course, no, you don't look down. I mean, obviously, since no one looked down, the zombie probably could have attacked anybody, but they attacked the black guy because gotta smell you coming, dude. I don't know why. The black guy gets caught up in this situation.
It's his funny disposition. It's just like Joe said. He was the one that was starting to celebrate a little bit early.
Yes.
Such a nice guy, exactly.
And Malik, granted, I mean, you do have to say there were 3 black people in that basement.
Yeah,
So the chances of getting a black person was pretty high.
No, it wasn't going to happen. It was going to be Bob.
It was going to be Bob.
It was going to be Bob.
We all knew it was going to be Bob. It had to be Bob.
And the last thing is him hiding the fact that obviously he's been bitten, and he's hiding that from his fellow survivors, and of course the people that are eating his leg at the end of the.
Oh God!
I mean, look, there's that whole scene where he kisses Sasha, bastard, and he kisses Sasha, and he goes and he asks for one more kiss, and then he gets up and he walks out, and the character, they had actually done that earlier on in the episode when they were walking, right, where she kisses him and then he asks for one more kiss or whatever. So I guess they put that in the early beginning of the episode to kind of not allude to the fact, to not give you the idea that he was doing it for any particular reason at the end of the episode. But anybody that's either read the comic or just kind of knows how these characters kind of start appearing to look like they're getting ready to get taken away. Yeah, that's pretty much the beginning of the end. So he goes out, and he's, I don't know what he's getting ready to do. He's crying, and he's probably getting ready to kill himself. And
God is done.
so,
Yeah.
my personal thing is I hope he doesn't say anything. I hope he doesn't say a word, and these guys just start getting sick, and they start realizing that it's not cool to eat people. It's not cool. You shouldn't do that shit, man.
They need to go to rehab. Cannibal rehab.
Everybody needs to go to rehab in the show.
That's true, and therapy. And
Daryl seems to be able to rock with the squirrels pretty easily. I don't see why you guys can't just kill squirrels.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's about our time, Malik.
Yeah. So, you guys have any? So, I'll kick it over to the agents. Any pointers? Any quick rundowns? We'll take a few seconds for some last words from all of our agents. Let's start with Johanna.
I'm just really looking forward. I love the mystery aspect of the last episode, so I'm really looking forward to seeing more Father Gabriel and Morgan. Even in a flash forward, Morgan.
Morgan's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Did you call me?
Yeah. What's up? Yeah.
Oh, yes. I just have one simple request from The Walking Dead. More Rosita. Why is she in the background? I need it pushed up to the front. More Rosita. We don't need that much more Abraham. Take Abraham's lines, give it to Rosita. Just make her, like a warrior princess of some kind. I don't care.
Nothing's left that isn't hidden, Joe.
That's right. More Rosita. They're hiding her from us.
Lorenzo.
All right. So if you're gonna eat a person, I understand wanting to keep them alive for the sake of freshness. You don't have a refrigerator, so fine. You're gonna try to keep them alive for as long as you can while you eat them. Okay, but start with the upper body, because the whole great thing about having them alive is that they can move around. So you got mobile food. So then, chop off an arm. That makes it harder you can tie them up, and it's going to be harder for them to get away. Chop off an arm, chop off another arm. Don't start with the legs. The legs you should save for last. That's all I got to say about that. But maybe it's like you said, they like the dark meat.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah. And they've been eating people. They've been eating people for a while, Lorenzo. Who are you to tell them what they should start with?
Well, yeah, I mean, you're right. But normally they skin it, they dry it, they cure it, all that stuff. So they're doing it a little differently this time around.
Very true. Well, my final take is to my boy Bob, a.k.a. Larry Gilliard Jr. If you want to be called Lawrence, just let a brother know. Good looking out on the follow on Twitter, and I know your character is pretty much walking the green mile by now, but even in this godforsaken existence, there is no reason to not steal some chapstick along the way. You kissing my woman with them zombie-infested, dry-ass lips, no better than that. Stop it, okay? Go talk back to Kirkman and those showrunners and tell them, like, look, all right, I'm getting ready to die, but at least throw a little chapstick in my pocket and hook a brother up.
Some Bianca, what's that still called?
But you want to have some chapstick? What's next? Some cocoa butter? I mean,
Some
what?
Binaca.
Look, if I'm gonna be having some love scenes with my woman, my woman, I can't have dry lips. Like, that's just not cool. I don't know what world we're in.
They need to do a shea butter run. Okay, they just shea butter for everybody.
Soap.
Yeah, Glenn is slipping. Glenn is slipping.
I'm hoping that soap is a part of this, because no one takes showers yet. No one's taken a shower yet that I remember, except for when they were in the prison. It's a bit bothersome to me, but whatever. I'm pretty sure I could actually smell it. I could smell their funk coming off the TV when they were in that basement with the water and the dead people.
So gross.
God, I just knew. I was like, I ain't going down there. That's it.
It's like such a horrible idea. Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started, Malik.
It was all very disgusting.
Extremely.
All of it.
Well, that's about it for tonight. We are the Agents of Helm, and we'll take a quick minute to say you can reach us on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, agentsofhelm.com, where you can listen to some of our old episodes, and this one will likely be there as well. Feel free to leave us a comment. Send us an email, post anything, send us a video, strip naked and send us a photo. No problem. I have no problems with it. Whatever. Do what you do. Let us know what you think about today's episode. And we will see you very soon with a new episode honoring all that is Halloween. I'm assuming that Lorenzo who will be our moderator, has a lot planned for us.
I'm excited, guys. I'm excited.
Nah.
Can't wait. So, without further ado, I am Malik, and for Johanna, Lorenzo, and Joe, we are the Agents of Helm. Have a great night. Peace out.
Night.
Night.